What is up, musicians, songwriters, or just music lovers? Welcome back to Evolve Songwriting. My name is Jake. Today, we got a brand new album reaction for you. It is Crash by Charli XCX. Very fresh, just released. I am very excited. I haven't listened to Charli XCX in a long time. I'm not really familiar with what Charli's doing these days, but I'm expecting pop. I'm expecting maybe on the darker side. And that's really it. So we got 12 tracks. I'm ready to dive in, strap in. Before we go, you can subscribe down below if you are keen on more album reactions in the future. All right, well, let's get started, shall we? All right, first up, which is the title track, is Crash. We have here written by Alexander Guy Cook, Charlotte Aitchison, George Daniel, Waylon Rector, produced by A.G. Cook and George Daniel.
I'm about to crash into the water, gonna take you with me. I'm high voltage, self-destructive, and it also legend.
Ooh, we had a bit of sort of dirty percussion, industrial kind of sound there, but we smoothed it out a bit. I love that snare. It's got that prosody there, like just the word crash with that, you know. This snare sounds like it's crashing. Big eighth note vocal. We got some jazziness as well. Some seventh chords. It's got groove. A lot of movement in the kick. We kind of moved to a faster subdivision here in the vocal, right? Ducka, 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 ducka. Before we had bop, 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 bop. Just a little up in the pace. Oh, there's a seamless transition there. That was sick. That was Crash. Big energy. We had really fitting percussion for that title, right? Crash. Really good opener just to really get us in the mood for the rest of the album. So that was great. And anything else to say, really? Yeah, just really highlighting that subdivision swap, sort of very quick out the gate with the ba 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 ba. Super monotonous as well. And then we sort of had this kind of bridge which sort of sped up into 16th notes a little bit. So that's a really great technique to use. I think the groove's doing a lot of work there to kick the bass. We had some funky chords and nice little harmonic movement, but yeah, excellent. And let's move on to the next one. Track 2 is New Shapes, featuring Christine and the Queens and Caroline Polachek, neither of which I have heard of before. Written by Charlotte Aitchison, that's Charli XCX, I believe. Noonie Bao, Caroline Polachek, Deaton Chris Anthony, Heloise Letisa, I'm probably butchering that, and Linus Viklund. Produced by Deaton Chris Anthony and Lotus 4. So a lot of writers on this track. New Shapes. What do we got? Woo! Big saw synth. That's full. Lush. Before we get further, I love when people start a song like sort of taking the main groove out and you have this really syncopated synth part that you can't quite latch onto a groove with it, but then you put the groove in and all of a sudden it makes sense. It's kind of happened what happened with the saw synths there. It's climbing in the harmony. Another one. I love it. See that? Okay, the groove got pulled out for a second there. It's so groovy. It's really good. It's not as dark as I thought Charli XCX would be. Love that. Just that climbing synth. Beautiful transition lines, right? So there's a lot of in the vocal as well, right? We have a lot of repeating dun 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 dun, repeating rhythms, both in Charli's verse and this one. Really take special attention to the last line in sort of every section. They do a really good job of making that obvious. Okay, we're going to something new. That feel. It's that cadence line there. Cool. But yeah, similarity in that da 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 da. Both the vocal and the synth. Cool. Really just playing with that energy. Suck everything out. Put it back in. It's very push-pull here. Pacing in the vocal. Da, 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 da. Woo! God, that vocal run there. Ooh. There's really great lyrics in that bridge. Which makes a lot of sense because, you know, everything else is kind of pulled out. You have to focus on the lyric. So there's a little bit more story sort of contained in that. Love it. It's great ad-libs there. I mean, it's so easy. Once you have like a super catchy... hang on, I'll finish. We only got a little bit to go.
I ain't got it.
Cool. Like, it's so easy once you have a really solid melody, rhythmic idea, right? In this case, the... What you want? I ain't got it. Like, it's very... You can sit on that for ages. The more groovy of an idea you have, the more sort of like potential you have to sit on it for a while without it getting super boring. Yeah, that was a really great collaboration. The voices, everyone, the choice of vocalists there really work well together, I think. A lot contained in just that sort of, that main. I'm not sure of the chords, but that lifting synth line sort of sets the stage for then the vocals to build on and then the groove to work around. Really nice, really nice. Maybe that was a single of some sort. It's got a fair bit of plays on it before compared to the rest. But yeah, beautiful collaboration. Let's see what we got next on track 3. Track 3, we have Good Ones. This is written by Charlotte Aitchison, Noonie Bow again, Karen Allen, Matthias Larson, Oscar Holter, Robert Fredrickson. So yeah, a lot of writers and just produced by Oscar Holter. So, I mean, you know, big labels, big money involved here. A lot of writers to get this stuff right. And this has the most plays on the album. So this is maybe the lead single. I have not heard this. Let's see. I'm expecting a chart topper. A. B. C. A, B, C sort of thing. Kick snare. You can't go wrong with this. Nice use of the open hats to just give some groove cadence. That's a beautiful falsetto. Okay, post-chorus, hanging on the ooh. That always come back to that. Oh, a little delay there. Hear that pause? Always let the good ones go. That's so nice touch. And then, okay. It's such great writing. Just stop it here for a second. We have pre-chorus sits on this quarter note, like sort of. There's a few other syllables mixed in there, but it's a little more drawn out. And we have the punchline, oh, let the good ones go. And then the little ooh melody. It has a start, the start of the line, quick subdivision, eighth notes, and then holding on the ooh. gives it basically everything it needs because you have a melody to latch onto, but it's not like overwhelming because you have the long note thrown in there just to sort of also hear the groove behind it. So you got like, you know, you can sort of switch back and forth your ears and your attention and not lose the groove or the melody. It's all working, man. Clubby, poppy. Bringing that pre-chorus back. Big fan of that. Just mixing melodies from other sections. That's it. Short. Only 2 minutes 16. You cannot go wrong with that kind of thing. Something like that. It's Nirvana, right? But yeah, I mean, just a nice simple chord progression over douche-ka, douche-ka. I mean, my favorite bit is that pre-chorus when we take the drums out and she goes into that falsetto. So it just gives us a whole new feeling. It sweetens out a little bit. Yeah, this really reminds me of kind of like it's rock. It's got rock, I feel like, undertones to it, you know? It's just got a club beat over it, but the minor key and the like you could literally do such a great rock cover of that, I feel like. It just speaks rock to me. But yeah, that pre-chorus really gives it great contrast. It's just a time to pull away and then super catchy and smart hook using that punchline. Let the good ones go, which appears, you know, a couple of times in the verses as well. But yeah, everything working, everything flowing. Brilliant song. Wow. All right, came for the next one. Track 4, we've got Constant Repeat. And here we have, only 3 writers on this one. Just Charli herself, Linus Wickland, Noonie Bauer. Produced by Lotus 4. All right, Constant Repeat. Really long intro. Keeping the arpeggios fresh, right? They're not all just like a simple repeating. Oh, big bass. Sort of AAB structure there. New pitch high. That's a really good touch. Is she gonna go back? There it is. Love that. Wow. I love it so far. And I think what I like about Charli's music, like it just moves forward really effortlessly. It's not too full on. It's not too massive. It doesn't try and be overwhelmingly big or in your face. Yeah, really digging the structures so far and the melody shapes. But so cruisy, super easy listening. See, this is the flat, right? Some little variations at the end, but then we have the ascending. Ah, so good. Which fits well with the arpeggios going up in the synth. Now watch how it switches to descending here. We're dipping, we're switching that melodic movement. And then we just have more of a groove. A little quicker subdivision in the vocal in the bridge, which seems to be a bit of a common theme. Again, it's groovy, so we can sit on it for a long time. Simple, yet effective. That's a really nice one. I'd listen to that a few times. That melodic technique is really, really sticking out to me. If we're going to keep the synth and we're going to keep the groove, we're going to keep the chords very similar, I think, yeah, using the melody as the main point of contrast is kind of what you have to default to. And that's the choice that Charli has made here. But yeah, it's a nice little groovy song. Constant Repeat. Not much else to say. Let's move on to the next one. Track 5 is Beg For You. Very strong title. Featuring Rina Sawayama. This one, so many writers again. Charlotte Aitchison, Nicholas Gale, Alexander Soifer, Anu Bhagavan, Jonas von der Berg, Nicholas von der Berg, Rina Sawayama, Rollo, and Sarana. Produced by Digital Farm Animals. Okay, must be sort of a group, sort of publishing, production group. Wow, a lot of people involved in this project. That's very similar sort of arpeggio compared to the last track.
You know I go insane every time you have to catch a flight. Out through lights.
Nice.
Put your lips on my lips. I'll remember you.
So kind of ABAB,
Nights when I miss you.
and then just a very single line sort of pre here.
When I'm racing,
AA.
yeah, you got me obsessed. Why don't you leave me this way?
And a break for a second. So yeah, verse there. It was kind of ABAB. Really like the vocalization. And after the first line, whatever she did there, that was a nice touch. And then we're sort of lengthening. We're getting the space a little bigger now.
Whatever I do, you know I-
Yeah, okay, the 6 around the synth. Another sort of just groove-based post-chorus hook sort of thing. Simple structure.
Separated by a degree, hesitated, you got me obsessed.
Can't pick that last chord. Let it big. It's just really controlling the space.
You know I need you to stay.
So some nice long big notes.
Don't make me take it over.
Still building.
Just wanna taste. Don't you leave me this way. Don't make me this way.
The vocal gets a lot smaller, right? Big vocal to small vocal.
Don't leave me this way. Don't you leave me. Don't you leave me. Yeah,
Simple again.
yeah, yeah.
This one's also, this has got the second most highest play count so far. Again, because it's just a very formulaic song, I feel. It's just the whole sort of, every 8 bars we do something new. We add in this. You get your plenty of filtering in the sweeps and crashes and things in the production to just carry us through. The thing that sticks out to me for this song is that unexpected sort of hook. You have this big pre-chorus where her vocal is quite large. She's getting up there in terms of pitch, but then just sort of comes down a little bit and just comes really small. The instrumental opens up a little bit, but it's very simple and just relies on that in hopes that you'd sort of really just catch on to that. It's again, I think a lot of these they're very like club friendly, but also you can sort of sing along and poppy. They're in that sort of zone in between. I think catching a lot of groove out of these songs, and it never wants to really lose that. I'm hoping, because I love Charli's vocals. I think she's got a super versatile vocal range and vocal tone. So, the singer-songwriter in me wants to hear something sort of maybe slower, a little more vocal-centric, that the production can sort of back down a bit. But yeah, cool stuff. I mean, simple chords, that's the whole way through. Excellent. Next track. Cool. Next we got Move Me. This one written by Amy Allen, Charlotte Aitchison, Ian Kirkpatrick. That rings a bell. And Jason Evergan, produced by Ian Kirkpatrick. I'll have to look up this guy. Hang on. Ian Kirkpatrick. That definitely sounds familiar. Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Dua Lipa. Yeah. Dua Lipa, I believe. Yeah, that's where I know him from. Okay. Makes sense. Very similar artists here with Charli and Dua Lipa, so I'm keen to see Ian's work on this. Okay. I thought it was going to be a fast one again, but we're halftime, which is a nice change. See, this is nice. A little darker. Wow. Yes. This is what I mean. Look at her vocals in this. Is just shining way harder.
It's something about the way you save my life.
Strong but soft in other sections.
Something about the way you hold my body tight, even on my lowest nights locked down.
I love it.
Even when I'm borderline. Yeah, I don't even know.
Beautiful.
When I push all of your trust and then betray it like it's nothing.
Just Charli up front, center. The lyrical content I can now focus on. Her delivery. She can just really control that. See it? Oh man, I really don't want to pause this, but she keeps switching, right, between these really soft and then all of a sudden, something about the way, and then she's soft again, right? I can't do it justice, but man, exactly what I asked for. And the halftime is really helping the sort of dramatic tones in this.
It's something about the way you say you hold my body tight, even on my lowest night.
Beautifully done.
Yeah, I don't even know why I push you away. Something about the way.
It's got everything it needs to. This is the perfect time to put in something like this, right? Just to hang on that groove for a little bit. Repeat that. Just sit on that idea. Something about the way you move me. Beautiful song. Favorite. Clap, clap, clap. Love it. Vocals just shone in that and just really get the production is not getting in the way at all. Well, not getting in the way, but it wasn't as heavy of a feature, right? It's just purely supporting her vocal. And again, that contrast, the delivery, a lot more emotion and contrast in emotion compared to all the other tracks so far. That's just beautiful vocal delivery, great vocal melodies. Yeah, favorite one so far. Excellent work, excellent work. Hopefully we see more of that. That's what I would love to hear. But yeah, that's a fave. Moving on. All right, track 7 is Baby. Before we I'll mention as well, very short songs. I mean, so far we've only got 2 songs over 3 minutes. But hey, that's commercial music. But anyway, I would kind of like to see some longer songs just to sit on some of these great atmospheres and moods, especially with that last track. But anyway, Baby. Looking at this here, we have 3 writers: Charlotte Aitchison, Jeremiah Ryson, and Justin Ryson. A couple of brothers, it seems like. Produced by Justin Ryson and Sad Pony. Baby, let's go. Strings.
Baby.
Cool groove.
I'ma make you mine.
A lot of different producers, you know. The production on these have been wildly different.
I'ma let me real, I'ma let me raw. I'ma let you in the kitchen, I'ma put you on the floor.
Big, fast-paced vocal.
I'ma make you my decision, I'ma put you eyes.
And we slow the pace a bit.
Know just what you want.
Doubled it, right? Da, 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 da.
That's fine. I guess I'll take it for control.
Pick up?
Baby.
Just Baby.
I'ma make you mine. Baby.
And back to the fast. Interesting. So groovy. But you notice, oh man, everything's working like subdivision wise. We had 16ths. We move into a in the pre-chorus hook, whatever. I guess pre-chorus. And then, but production is like supporting that. So we have a synth part in the chorus, right? Everything's got its own subdivision that's working together.
I'ma fuck you up.
Cool. The guitars are up a bit louder now.
Yeah. Baby. You tryna fight?
There it is.
What's right? You know I'm about to change your life for good. You can play pretend.
Got that more brassiness to it as well in a sense. Love it.
I know that you really wish. I'ma make you mine. I'ma make you mine. I'ma make you mine. I'ma make you mine.
Guitars are a great addition on here. Is it the first guitars that have appeared on the album? I don't know.
Yeah. I'ma fuck you up.
So good. See, this I would have expected this to be more Ian's production.
Baby. Break your heart.
Ah. Now we're quarters in the vocal.
Fallen star. I'll shoot you away, but you wanna stay.
Something we haven't heard yet.
Baby.
Woo! Extra vocals. Layer it up a bit. That's great. Love the change at the end to the lyric. Wow. Yeah. A lot of repeating, sort of just dun, 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 dun. As highlighted. It's just the production and the vocal. And this got like, so take the previous track, right? The vocals are very separate, but there's moments, especially in that hook, where the vocals really just providing another instrument to the backing, and it's fitting in with the synths, it's fitting in with the percussion. It's really sort of laying a little lower and just adding to the rhythm, adding to the groove. But yeah, the big contrast there is, I mean, love the fast-paced vocals. It's still a fairly high-tempo track, but man, that's the kind. If you want energy, man, you can give it you can either go pitch, pitch is energy. We get higher, we get more excited. But fast-paced vocal, that is, we associate that with energy and movement. And then so we started off super energetic. We had dips down a little bit for the second section into the eighth notes, back to the 16th, and then in the bridge we go dun 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 in the vocal. So again, just playing with subdivisions, but it's also important to note that the production is working with that too. So I love it. It's a nice, short, little dancey, poppy, vibrant song. Track number 8 is Lightning. A lot of energy in that title. Probably another energetic song written by Charlotte Aitchison, Ilya Salman Zadeh, Madison Love, and Rami Yacoub. Produced by Ariel Rakeshade. These names. So, wow, there's so many different producers on this across this whole album, and writers as well. But we got Lightning. I'm expecting some energy. Let's go.
One look and then you blow me away. I'm spiraling all over the place.
I love it when her vocals just get featured, and that's all we got to listen to. Because we can focus on the lyrics now. Danger in the dark of your eyes. Lovely lyrics. I was waiting for a vocoder. Yeah. Oh yeah. Repeating that. Oh, variation though. And now we're up. Got that retro snare going again. I missed that. And some more guitar. I love this. This is nice. I like this song. So we have that theme presented, right? And a cadence line. And then we repeat it but stack it. Woo! That little solo. And a cowbell, of course. Oh, this is creative. That's super creative. Nice. It works though because the groove's going it all together. It's a bit erratic in all the little parts that are jumping in, but it's making me feel stuff. So we get back to the chorus though. Cool. Okay. We needed to ground ourselves again. Beautiful. Nice touch. The thunderstorm. Wow, that's excellent. There's a lot going on in that towards the end. We started out nice and simple. That was a huge journey. Love that one too. Cool. Yeah. What to say about that? Started out beautifully. Nice little opportunity to really focus on some lyrics. I love that second part. Call me by surprise, like shooting stars in the sky. There's danger in the dark of your eyes, but something about you breathes me to life. Yeah, I mean, it's just another. It's been said a million times in so many other songs. Just it's it's a romantic song, heartbreak. It's about being, I don't know, rejected or broken up with, but putting it into the metaphor of being struck down by lightning. But yeah, man, just really great descriptions, and we get to really listen to that to get us in emotionally invested before we start to bring the groove in. And so I loved the way they just put that intro in and started quite small just to get us a little bit more emotionally invested. But yeah, I mean, some of these lyrics are great. The language and the words and the lyrics, everything uses the same sort of what I call palette, where you've got the title lightning and everything sticks with that sort of theme. We have shooting stars, we have in the second verse, right? Electrified, invisible wires. I love that. What would you call that? Just the play on words here with the pre-chorus. Heartbreak already hit me once, so swear that it won't happen twice. So sort of that play on words with lightning doesn't strike twice, Blinded as well. So, the lyrics, they stick on that same sort of storm, lightning, light, blinding theme, which is very important to do. Otherwise, I think thematically you can get a little lost and confused. Wow. And that bridge got super weird, man. That was just things coming out of everywhere. But luckily, the groove was kind of consistent throughout that. Really good to just come back to that chorus and hit down, which is very strong. Quarter notes can be very, very powerful. We had that presented theme, and then we had the variation in it. But yeah, that theme is presented, and then we repeat it, but stack it with other vocals, and also the instrumental gets wider, so it doesn't get boring, even though it's about, I think, 16 bars of just straight. Na, 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 na. Yeah, really love that one. That was awesome production. Really, really cool. It's a really energetic album, man. And it's good to hear some Charli XCX. I'm out of touch in this scene. All right, let's keep going. Track 9 is Every Rule. This one written by Alexander, Guy Cook, and Charlotte Aitchison, just a two-man, with A.G. Cook, Daniel Lopatin as producers. Let's go. These lovely warm synths again.
When I met you, it was tragic.
Oh, yep. Let's go.
Met up late night by the bar.
Singer-songwriter, man.
In the morning, we got
Love it.
coffee. Acting like strangers and told no friends. It wasn't easy thinking around, falling down.
Love it.
Sometimes I get scared, 'cause I know it's unfair. I'm hurting some, I'm breaking every rule for
Whoa.
you. You're breaking every rule for me.
This is the stuff I love, man. Vocal-centric.
Breaking every rule for you. But I gotta say,
Let me just sink into this.
these moments really set me free.
Finally, like a quiet, slow tempo here as well.
Straight away we started falling. Conversation never boring. When your lips brushed up against, you find it so hard to fall.
Adding a little bit more in the percussion.
Up on the balcony, it's real fun.
I love this. This is great pre-chorus.
Deep in love, but sometimes I
Extra vocals that are very present on the sides,
hurting someone else instead.
but soft delivery.
I'm breaking every rule for you.
Eighth note.
I'm breaking every rule.
So much to talk about. I kind of just want to listen to the whole thing again, to be honest. I love simplicity. Oh, God, some of these sound like little vocals, just a little, and the airiness. You got some backgrounds, very, very subtle, and they've been really heavily pitched and reverbs, but cool. Simple stuff. I mean, I can really appreciate simplicity, and sometimes that's, there's been a lot of intricate complexity to some of these other songs. I'm happy to have at least one track like this on the album, and again, I just love it when the vocals get to shine, the lyrics get to shine. But yeah, I really want to talk about so much. So firstly, the structure of here. Okay, so yeah, I guess chorus. The structure in the chorus, what do we have here? We got entry.
I'm breaking every rule for you.
A. Nice little upwards inflection.
Every rule for me.
Different inflection.
I'm breaking every rule
Back to the first one again.
but I gotta say
And then a cadence line. A, B, A, C. Right?
moments right
I love doing this all the time and I love seeing this. It's such an effective way. We have a very simple introduction. Picking every rule for you. Which we kind of stick on that for 3 lines. The 4th line, very different, and it really, really carries. There's a lot more activity in the last line. And then that activity gets released in this very soft, this very long post-chorus. Some longer notes. Yeah, it's just a great way to structure a chorus to a post-chorus. Is simple, then the last line, give it some activity, and then just dissipate. Some of the melodies as well, really well thought out. Again, a lot more melodic flexibility as well, just because the groove and the harmony is just very simple. So yeah, man, I love that. Probably doesn't get me as much as Move Me. I probably enjoyed Move Me a little more, but that's a good one for me personally. I dig that kind of stuff. Cool. All right, next track. Okay, coming to the tail end of it now. We got Yuck on track 10, written by Charlotte Aitchison, Elizabeth Lowell Boland, Megan Bulow, Michael Joseph Wise, and Nathan Ferraro. Produced by Mike Weiss, another new producer. So many collaborators on this whole project, man. This is just, she's worked with everyone. Let's listen to Yuck.
Not supposed to feel
Straight into it.
I'm such a hypocrite. I always frown on love.
Cool. Getting on this sort of funk bandwagon.
Make me fly. Man, when you do it's sad when you don't.
Repetition.
Oh, you're taking my code. Too cute. Now it's
Cadence line. Same thing, right? 3 lines the same? Or very similar. Last line, cadence into the next section.
to the side. Yuck. Now you got me blushing, cheeks so red when the blood starts rushing. That boy so mushy, acting like a puppy. Fuck. No love you going on me.
Creative.
You got your hopes high, thinking about it most night. Oh, wait up for me. I could make those plans. Catch me. Yuck. Now you
This chorus. It's all in this chorus.
when the blood starts rushing.
That's catchy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. First track, we've had a lot of syncopation in the vocal. Da-da-da-da-da-da. A lot of in-betweens, a lot of offbeats. But that hit, yeah, that really moves it a lot. You want to come back. And just add in the fuck. That's just carrying it. Keeping that strong bass all the way through. Wow. That's a trendy song. That's definitely modern. That's super modern. Yeah, just that chorus. Yeah. That's just carrying everything. But really great melody in between the yucks. A lot more syncopation compared to some of the other tracks. So super funky. This is again super Dua Lipa style. At least what she sort of popularized recently. And yeah, funky bass, funky groove. Got the guitars, got the bass, got the percussion. Yeah, vocally she doesn't really have to do a lot here. This is just ride the funk. There's a lot to take in instrumentally there. I would have to probably listen to that a couple of times, but yeah, I'm seeing the TikTok sort of push for this one. I don't know if it's sort of being used on TikTok, but it feels like they sort of wrote this with that in mind. It's a lot more polarizing, I feel like, and very bold and very hook-centric as well compared to all the other tracks, which is a lot of writers I feel like these days are being pushed that way due to TikTok and these sort of short snippet style social media trends. So yeah, let's the groove do the work. That's a great song. It's a fun song. Second last track, we have Used to Know Me. This one's got a fair few plays. Written by Alan George, Charlotte Aitchison, Dylan Brady, Fred McFarlane, Linus Wickland, Noonie Bao. Produced by Dopamine. Let's dive in.
You used to know me, now you don't.
More funkiness. Oh, this is. What is this? That's from something, right? I can't think of the song name, but that's not original. that riff. Yeah, we're a little more production heavy too. Cool. This is kind of this style of song with the very dance heavy post chorus. This was really popular back. I want to say close to 10 years ago. How trends cycle back, right? Her voice suits her really well though. I like it. I like the top line, man. Yeah. We're just building up. We got the full vocal in the back now. A lot more ad-libs. Yeah. Cool. Just pure dance pop there. Yeah, I can't remember what song that's definitely not an original riff. Dun, 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 dun. Can't remember where that came from. Maybe was it one of her other songs? Definitely not the first time I heard that riff. And but yeah, I mean it's mostly about just the danciness and the again 4-bar, 8-bar production sort of cadences and build-ups. What can I say? But it's super fun. It's polished. It's clean. Again, her voice I think works really great. She's got that like childlike quality to the voice. I feel like sometimes, and it's very energetic. It adds a lot. It's great to see. But yeah, quite a simple song. Nothing really too special there. Let's move to the last track. Last but not least, we have Twice. This one, written by Charlotte Aitchison, Linus Wiglund, and Noonie Bao, produced by Lotus 4. So we've seen this team a couple of times. Yeah, last one. Let's see how she finishes it off. A little tropically. So we've already established this 8th note vocal. A, A, B. Okay, A, A, B, A. This is quite syncopated too. I'm waiting for it to come back to the da 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 that we had in the intro. Yeah? There it is. Bit of a Max Martin thing. Probably the first more sort of a trappy beat as well. Same thing, it's just subdivision switching in the vocal. Pause it there, but beautiful soundscape too, by the way. I love the tones of these synths. There's very underwatery, tropical sort of feel, marimba style. But okay, this is similar to what I was talking about before with the melodic movement, where in between the sections you have different sort of melodic movements. Is it ascending? Is it descending? Is it mono? Is it sort of an arc? We've got a lot of arcing going on in here in the pitch. But I think even more present than that is this switch between syncopated and straight. This idea of regularity versus irregularity in the rhythms. This is the most regular section. Super repetitive, very solid. I'll get to the other sections after the bridge. We'll see what comes next. But keep an ear out for these sort of irregular versus regular, syncopation versus straight. It's huge space right now. Did we change? We went down? Maybe we did modulate. Yeah, interesting key change towards the end there. But yeah, we started here. We went down. Finished on the D flat. Nice little finisher. Very cruisy, again, very easy listening. Nothing too hard to listen to, nothing too overwhelming. I'll go back and highlight the syncopation. That for me is what's the king of this track. Behind all this nice, soft and lush and maybe not lush, but soft, tropical, jungly, beautiful sounds in the sense. So above that, that's a nice little foundation, nice little bed. Above that is your syncopation, straight rhythm play. So we'll go back to the verse, pre-chorus, chorus sort of journey. But yeah, as I said, this comes very first. Gives you a taste of what comes next. But I guess mainly there are a lot of space. It finishes mostly on the downbeats. Right, you can hear that. Gotta appreciate it. It's got the downbeat emphasis in terms of where the natural accents fit in the vocal. Now here we switch it. Everything's except for that last word or last syllable. Moment that lands on the down, but everything else is sort of. It comes in those offbeats. It's a little more harder to follow in terms of regularity. Same here. It's still kind of regular. We still have a lot of syncopation. Just got a lot more accents coming through on the offbeats. Then I'm diving off the deep end. The dive. It's on the offbeats. On the offbeats. Before we get back to regularity again. So I think that's a very smart way to construct your sort of progression from a verse to a pre to a chorus. I think that's one way to do it. You can do it with melody, you can do it with groove, whatever, but that sort of play with, this is more of a rhythmic play. Very cruisy song to end the album. I'll give you my final thoughts. There we have it, guys. That was Crash by Charli XCX. Definitely, I mean, I didn't really go into it knowing what to expect just because I haven't really heard her music in a long time. But yeah, it was a lot lighter than I expected. We had a lot of very easy, nothing too dramatic, groove-centric, clubby. It was very nice. I really, really enjoyed it. You could listen to that in a breeze. Definitely my favorite was Move Me. I think that was fantastic. Just the production and the feel, the dramatic. I'm a sucker for that more emotional connection to the lyrics and the singer. And it really made her vocals shine. And her delivery, her singing ability, I guess. I was just expecting, with the title of the album Crash, I was expecting, some sort of heavier, more dramatic, darker feel, which I do really love, which is why I was a big fan of the Broods. I'm a big fan of Tove Lo. I'm a big fan of Chloe. These darker, more hard-hitting Paris as well, a little more rock, but I love that sort of stuff. But Charli did great work. I mean, this is definitely her. This feels unique. It feels most of the songs. There was some real generic stuff. I think you want to have the commercial songs in there, and you want to have the more unique artistic stuff in there as well, just to sort of represent you as an artist. But I think she did a good balance. I feel satisfied. It still felt very cohesive in terms of energy and what she presents as an artist and a singer. So, yeah, despite the many, many collaborators, many writers, many producers, it always felt like she had the reins and she was never sort of overtaken by too many different styles of production. But there was enough, differentiation in there to make it feel really, really cool, really special. Different grooves, all groovy, but within different grooves. You had the more straight pop grooves versus some more funky stuff. Move Me was definitely the highlight for me. I'd listened to that a few times. I love her writing. Beautiful melodies, beautiful pitch craftsmanship. It probably wasn't just her, but yeah, beautiful craftsmanship in the lyrics for the songs that were, the lyrical features. Structurally very rigid and playing by the rules, really, in terms of structures and what people enjoy. So I'd imagine a lot of people really enjoy this album. Very hard not to, with the amount of vibrancy and the amount of ear candy and great, just sort of tried and tested production techniques. Well done to Charli and all the people she worked with. That's all I have to say. If you want more of this stuff, again, subscribe down below. My name's Jake. You've been with Evolve Songwriting, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace out.